Hello, hello, my lovely, modern, beautiful, interesting, friendly Msouls. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Well, so yeah, the boss came back and I decided I needed some fresh air. I feel so cooped up, cleaning inside all day, every day, over and over again. And I swear, no sooner do you get some dust out from under furniture, then by the time you move on to something else and you walk by that room, the dust is collecting under the furniture. I'm gonna have to Swiffer that a few times. Now, um, how do I make this interesting? So I've been watering my plants, and I actually took some time to do, I guess, a mini gardening session. I took all the tomato sticks from last season, and instead of planting tomatoes this year, I'm sitting with a pack of tomato seeds. I want to give away to someone, but nobody wants them. They are. I know they're good tomatoes, but I just didn't feel like seeding them, and I guess I should do it now before it's way too late. But I know when I did it this time last year, they weren't starting to bloom until the end of September, early October, so not a lot of them actually made it. Although they did make it into my stomach, the very few that I grew, but they were very small. And not all of them were very red. But so I took all the sticks. I've got some of them arranged to try to keep like a teepee to keep the pigeons out from the one. They keep looking at the one low. It's like a low. It's like it looks like Chinese birch bark with a carving of Chinese glyphs. It has little feet, but it looks like it's a tree trunk, and it's shallow, but it's wide. It used to have a dragon that would blow like humidify. It was a dragon humidifier. It was very expensive once upon a time, but the dragon got busted, and so. But I wanted to keep at least the base, and so I put soil in it, made it into a little rock garden. I put just little like coverages, like the snow the snow carpet and the purple queen. They're tiny, tiny flowers, little forget-me-nots, just super tiny little flowers around my rock garden because I have a little gnome and I wanted it to be his little home. Well, he's been given a high-rise apartment now. I put all my rocks on the top, two pots of my little three-tier, just a tiny metal like pot rack because that's what fits in the space. And I gave away or got rid of the pots I donated basically. Um, to some kids I knew, and I gave them some tomato seeds. um, so it's like a rock garden on top of the gnome sitting there. And I mean, I collect rocks from everywhere I've ever traveled. So, but I found one that's so very flat, and two that kind of look like hearts. One's bigger, one's smaller. So I have them each standing up on the flat rock. Another one was a flat rock, and I found a super round rock. So to me, it looks like a crystal ball, although it's not crystal or see-through at all. But it evokes a crystal ball to me. So I put them together. I got the little gnome on his own little platform, too, looking out over his little rock world. Um, and except for this one low line, and as much as I wanted to move it in closer to the other pots, if I don't keep it like at the corner of the carpet, it flaps up in the wind so terribly. It sounds like a giant fish out of water flapping his tail trying to get back in. So anyway, so I did a little bit of gardening, and I gave a little bit of like food in the water for all my plants to top them up and give them a little perk. And I've got like I've emptied out or I've used up like fluid bottle cleaning fluid holders, like different bottles and cans and stuff. So I've got more recycling like ready to go, and I think I want to wait. The workers are going to be downstairs blocking all our pathways for at least until 7. So I'm gonna wait till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then I'm gonna start like getting things out of here again. And I have the next round of laundry to start as well, which I'm gonna do at that time. So tonight I will get back on it, but I'm taking a bit of a break. You know what? I'm not doing too bad because it's 6:37 Eastern Standard Time, which is really dinner hour. So I shouldn't feel guilty that I want to sit down. So I'm drinking the last of my iced coffee. I've got the last of a super smoothie green drink here. I'm diluting it in some water to take in more water. And then I'm down to water, guys, which I shouldn't be afraid of. And the last pills of my day will happen later tonight with my new asthma inhaler thing. I've got here roasted chestnuts, and I'm gonna eat that. That's my meal because I've had a proper cooked meal, and it was really good actually. But this is I don't need to have 3 full meals a day when I'm not out running, practicing for a marathon. Really, I don't want to get it. I don't want to regain my weight loss. I want to hold on to my weight loss. So anyways, so I did some watering. There's my watering can. And I've got the skimmer here for the pool because look at this gorgeous deck. There's a little kitty. You can see the living room and the office back there that we were in earlier today. And so this deep clean, things in the bathroom that were soaking before were scrubbed out thoroughly and are tipped upside down to dry. Any possible cloths or cleaning cloths or things from my swim bags and stuff that were damp are all in this next load, ready to go downstairs. My comforters are ready to go to the laundry. I'm going to spend some money on laundry today, but this is a deep clean. And I've already folded up or I'm hanging the dried laundry. I've got one corner, the purple corner of my feng shui feature room is set. And the pink to gray section, which is opposite the purple, the pink section part is set. And the blue section, which is opposite the purple in the other direction, is half set, but everything is super cleaned. And I've re-cleaned and I've re-scrubbed corners of the floors and the baseboards and the metal heater thingy. Because it just needs to be done. You think you're done, and then you find more and more collects, and something rolls from somewhere. You know, like, you think you're clean. I do go over everything once a week on a Saturday regularly, but this deep cleaning process I've read, you should try to do it at least twice a year. I think really it would be good to do it quarterly. If you don't make excuses to be lazy. I'm being lazy too by sitting down right now and eating, but it is dinner time. I have it on my feet cleaning. So what else can I report to you? So the room is not quite finished. However, I received my orders. So every so many years, I'm going to replace. I didn't used to do it, but now I will, because when pillows turn yellow, you want to get rid of them. So I don't know what we're breathing in. I've got myself new mattress pads. I am not setting anything or taking anything out of the boxes today. I want to wait until we're closer to the time I have my guests over, and then I'm going to launder them first before putting anything on. But tomorrow what I'm going to be doing is steam cleaning my mattress. I've got a steam cleaner thing. I'm going to pull it out of my sewing room and steam clean it all so that I feel really satisfied, and let it dry for the day before I start using it. And so, like, the things that I haven't finished deliberately have to wait for something else that I don't have the energy for right now. But I'm going to continue the laundry tonight. And all of the garbage cans and recycling bags and recycling boxes are all going to go back to where they're supposed to be. And everything that's waiting to be tossed, I'm going to fill them and I'm going to go toss them. If anything leaks, which it shouldn't, then I'm going to rewash it all again. Because I'm not going to stop until everything I have is super clean. Originally, it was said it could take 2 to 3 days to do deep cleans as one person. Because I know one person did do a deep clean in one whole day, but there were 3 of them. So, but I'm doing this by myself. So yeah, but also, like, as things keep moving towards my living room, I am setting more what will remain in the room, and I found another piece to toss. So to me, that's a really good thing that I'm, again, ready to let something else go, which I don't usually feel. So I'm positive in that. And kind of what's helping me is if it's old, if it's stained, if it's broken, if it's damaged, it's warped, and I didn't pay for it with my own money, it was a gift, or it was a bequeathed, or it was like donated to me, it's gonna go. And I can see how everything is migrating from the one end of my apartment towards the other end. The kitchen's going to be the last thing to be done properly. But I mean, as we go, I'm getting dishes done. The pots are soaking now. And slightly have also already recleaned and organized my freezer and part of the fridge. But I'm leaving that to the very end because I'm going to have to recruit some help to move appliances and clean under them. It hasn't been done since I moved in, and I don't think the people that clean apartments in between people who rent ever move those and clean on them, so I'm afraid. But at least I know I've never seen creepy crawlies. I'm very good at, if I see one notice of something somewhere, I'm bleaching it all. And I bought this stuff. I have to tell you guys about this microban when I lived in France. Okay, before COVID happened, and I was learning French in France so that I could get a job in Canada speaking French. I had to up my game, but it worked. I'll tell you, it did work. Although it took a couple of years to do, but it worked. It was the best thing I ever did. I took all the money that I had in the bank, and I went to France. It was for 2 solid months, maybe 3. I don't remember. I think it was 3. I took everything. I paid for an Airbnb, and it turns out I was in such an awful, this stinky, disgusting, mildewed place. And the window I had, so I couldn't even open the window. There's no air conditioning over there. I was in the old plague quarter of Montpellier, and like the water comes from there. And the sewer drain thing, almost as wide as the little alley that you had to walk into to get in and out, right in front of my window. I was on the main floor, which I didn't know. I thought I was getting a balcony room they gave to someone else. It was so disgusting. But I found this thing called microban in Europe, and I would spray it. So I spent money on bottles that's just spraying everything. I wouldn't get into the... I brought my own pillow with me, and it turned yellow in one night. It was orange by the next day. Threw it out. That's how bad the air was in there. It was gross. So I didn't even unpack my luggage. Kept everything in my luggage. I slept on top of one of my shawls. I spread it out over the end of the bed. I wouldn't use any of their pillows. It was so disgusting. I wrapped my shirts inside of a sweater to make a pillow for myself. But this microban stuff saved me because it kills everything. It kills 99.8% of all molds and mildews. And I spent money on it, and I found it finally here in Canada in spritzer bottles that look like the shape of a Windex bottle. Microban in a green and microban in an orange. Both smell great. But I can tell you that is what saved me from dying of breathing in the plague in France. And now that I see it here in Canada, it's worth the money to me because I know it saved me over there in plague quarter. Oh my goodness, was I ever ill. I think that's why COVID couldn't get me. Maybe I already had it there. We just didn't know. With all the other plagues I got me, the other plagues were harder on my system. But I never got COVID. I never got COVID. Wow. Although you've heard me hack up a lung for 5 weeks with bronchitis. But now that I'm no longer sick and keeping down food, we're deep cleaning everything all week long. I'm going to keep giving you check-ins because this is the way I'm motivating me. I'm using you to motivate me, and hopefully something of what I say in each of these little check-ins, news flashes of something you're not caring about at all, will give you some sense of fun or white noise in the background while you study and work and just want, white noise company while you're doing your thing. Whatever you're crushing out there, let me be your mental mind breaks and check-ins. Because it's so important to me to see this through and not get lazy and not give up. So this is keeping me honest. So thank you for those of you who popped in and said hello and listening. Also, so far I only know of one potential name for my purple cat, but I have an update for you. So while I was finishing the purple corner, the thing that came from Gallery Panda to stick the picture onto the wall wasn't good, and the whole thing fell down, and when I tried to put it back up, sliced myself open pretty good. So thanks, Gallery Panda. You have to pay over $100 just for one of these things, and the thing to attach it doesn't work. So until the day comes where I want to buy some kind of a shelf to stick it back up there, I'm simply sitting it on the end table thing and leaning it against the wall because I don't want to cut myself again, and I don't have a clue how to attach this thing because there's no way to put nails in it. It's like pictures inside of, it's like silk screening inside of a piece of hockey glass, if you know the windows of a hockey glass. There's no way I can drill into it. So yeah, I have a big cut across one knuckle, which really hurts. Now I'm mad at you, Gallery Panda, but it's okay because I made a little vignette with my purple hat boxes and my purple and yellow flowers, because this is a purple with yellow yellow bits in there around the cap. So you can still see him or her. I flip back and forth between whether it's a him or her. I don't even know. So please feel free. Check out Gallery Panda. They're gorgeous artwork. If it wasn't so expensive, I would have gotten more. But I'll just leave it at that for now. Maybe it'll take me another 5 years to buy another one. I don't know. And yeah, once I finish having my break here, I'm going to give myself about an hour. Then I'm going to start on the second round of laundry. And by round of laundry, I do mean like I got my clothing done. And I got my towels done. And now I'm working on my covers, mattress pads, and bedspread stuff, bedsheet stuff. I was gonna put my pillow in it. I used to wash my pillows in washing machines and put them in the dryers. I don't know. I have 2 new pillows here, but I think I don't want to take this stuff out of the box until my guests are going to be coming in. So I'll use up my stuff until then. Yeah, so definitely tomorrow's a deep clean day. Tomorrow is supposed to be Riddle Me Din Din, but you'll see that I did post a new schedule, and it says that it's a pre-recorded episode for this Tuesday because I do have to be at a business meeting in the evening, so I'm doing that, but I'll go live again next week for that. I've got so many, like, recipe blitzes for little cooking things coming through. I don't want to do it all the time, but sometimes I find a good one and it just doesn't fit into my dinner theme, so I'm gonna do that. You'll see I packed a lot into the next week because Tuesday, Wednesday this week I'm busy. Friday this week I am busy. And when we hit June, the first 2 weekends in June I'm out of town. One of those is also for business. One of them is a reunion, which I'm not going to miss out on that. So, I'm going to go do that. And, yeah. I have been having dizzy spells, and I have been, I guess, sleepy. But then this is the most I've been moving around since yesterday in the sun. Maybe I got heat stroke yesterday, I don't know. But I keep spritzing myself with the water, with the tea tree oil. My skin loves it. I don't feel that I'm burnt at all, but I look burnt. I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to keep going with the tea tree oil. It's been very nice to me. But I'm getting a clearer vision of what I'm going to do with the second room, the middle room. I'm going to remake a bedroom in there. It's going to be all black and white theme. I always wanted a black and white room. I had one. I changed things around for some reason. Now I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it again. And that's about it. So I'm very excited to finish the deep clean on the main room, the feature room, by tomorrow. And then start on the middle room, which, as you may know, since I do cosplays, that is my sewing room where I have my steam cleaner for, like, the steam cleaner for clothing. If you go into clothing stores, you see someone with this thing that looks like a vacuum but steam is coming out and they're going up and down over the cloth. I have that in there with my sewing machine. I'm gonna maybe move those out while I set the room. And I'm gonna be getting my Serta couch, which is black. You can put down the back of it so that it's flat, like when you see a psychiatrist couch, those big wide flat things. It looks like that, but it's got silver legs. And what I love about it is made by Serta, so it's a mattress company. So it's a couch that goes into a bed made by a mattress company, which is great. I've used it to sleep on sometimes. And it has this plug, so you can actually plug it into the wall. And then when you want to sit down and sit there and watch TV while you charge your phone or play on your laptop and you got to plug it in, there's 2 plugs at one side where you can do that right there on the bed, which I think is great. So I'm excited to get that second room started too. So I'm excited to at the first room, the second room. My bathroom's become my production area, but as I've gone, I've also sort of cleaned my bathroom too at the same time, because I'm not going to let anything dirty in my bathroom. The inside of the tub is the only thing that I'm using to wash out everything else, because it's the biggest place where I can wash things, submerge them and scrub them and all that. But the walls are cleaned. And the microban, I put microban on everything that has been finished and aired it out before starting to use them for their purposes again. There are a few knickknacks I'll have to wash my hand. But anyways, it doesn't sound like I did a lot this round, but actually I got a lot done because as I set with intention the things back into that room, other things have been tossed or moved out or moved into other rooms where they may belong or maybe get tossed too eventually. The only thing is I haven't halved my clothing stuff, and I think I should. But we're almost there. I want to do a wet Swiffer of the floors one more time inside the closets. I've even organized inside the closet shelves too. Yes, I did that. And I started organizing inside some of the drawers too. I did that. And I've reached out to my friend who's going to be staying in the room to see what her preferences are for stuff on the walls. So I don't figure out with all the feng shui hanging from all the walls that don't match each other, but it works with, if you know feng shui, it works. So I'm waiting to hear what her preferences are, and I will finish the room with that. And by the end of tomorrow, I may have 2 bedrooms. And it means I'm giving up a living room, but I'm looking at it. I don't own a TV. I've got my office in here where I use the Wi-Fi and do all my shows. And I'm really happy with how I've set that up. This isn't a usual space. When people walk in and visit me, they're not seeing the old-fashioned living room and dining room. They're seeing like the trampoline and the kettlebells, and they're seeing all my books and all my family photos and my office, which is weird. And now if I'm going to be moving out the couch, like there's nothing in here to be living room. But it might give me space to actually move the kitchen table and chairs out and have a dining room with the kitchen stuff. It's nice stuff. It's made of glass and metal, so it's not like an old-fashioned has to look like a kitchen. It used to be my dining set when I had a different kind of apartment with the open space to have a dining room and a living room, but no like kitchenette. And so maybe I'll go back to something like that. I definitely have what looks like a ladies' lounge along one wall with a gallery wall, which means I took all my art that's been up on different walls for the first couple years here, and I made a one giant square across one wall with it, and I have my grandparents' head of the table, foot of the table chairs from their dining set on either side of it with like a tea table in the middle. And I figured that's my dining room, that's my ladies' lounge, and it's actually the coolest space in the middle of the summer. So that's when I sit there to call my mom. When I know I'm gonna have a long phone call with a friend, I sit in there where it's nice and cool. But it's not like it's like an L-shaped space, so all of that's very crammed together. So removing this, I can actually have like a workout space beside my office, I guess. But that's fine because that's the highest ceiling, and who wants to hit their head on a fan when you're wearing a ponytail? Nobody. Not me. Not that thick. Okay. Alright. So that's my update. I'm actually going to stop for the night. It is almost 7 p.m. I think that's a fair work day that I've been up on my feet doing stuff, and I'm not finished yet. I will exit out once those people are done in the lobby, which should be 7 o'clock, should be any minute now. I'm going to get rid of the rest of my recycling. Yeah, and all the garbage is out. And then have more space and feel less cluttered and feel less claustrophobic in my living space and feel less things weighing down on my mind that had been building up and bothering me and just getting out. It does feel really good, actually. And even though I gave myself an extra break, and even though I took a little longer for my lunch, even though I started slowing down in this last little bit, I could say that even though one room by itself singularly is not done, I did quite a lot. Even if it was little things that took some time that I wouldn't usually make the time to do, and I feel accomplished. And these are all small successes, but also building up my energy, building up my eagerness to complete this because I want to see the 2 rooms now that I've got the vision in my head for how to move things around and take what I already own in a different shuffle and make it look new again, and while also getting rid of stuff. out of my way. So I have less to clean and less to do this for next time. Because there will be a next time. I'm hoping after how sick I was, I want to make sure that my living space is as clear as possible from things that collect dust. So the minimization also helps me make things look more like a magazine room. They've always got space. Yeah, so that's it. I'm feeling pretty positive about it. This is Venus Kalita. So ends so ends the Monday editions of the Deep Clean, Deep Dive news flashes. I hope you didn't mind. Look, the sun is going down even here on this deck in the pool. Well, all the leaves are out of the pool. The plants are watered, and it's still raining, so I'm going to get back inside now, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We'll hit a new room in this mansion later, tomorrow morning. Okay, so I'll see you next time, and I'll be doing the live feeds on and off all day tomorrow to motivate myself until I have to leave. I'll be leaving my house around 4 o'clock, ironically, when most of you guys will be leaving work or school to go home for my meeting. And I'll be back later in the evening. So have fun, everyone. Take care. Don't forget to hydrate. Even if you can only just move one thing into a garbage can or get yourself one more glass of water today. Do one thing in one spot that just clears the space away from anxiety, clears the space from stress, clears the space from your mind. One more thing accomplished, one more thing to be proud that you got done today. All right,